Hey, what's up guys? So a lot of you guys wanted to see what I did for my spec for PvP in 5.2 for Destro. A lot of you also wanted to see affliction, but I'll do that in a separate video. It's a separate thing. So I'm gonna run over the talents really fast. Not much has changed since the last video I made about this, but if you want to go in detail about it, look at the last video and you'll see I went more in detail with each thing. But for this I'm just going to run through and then show you my rotation for PvP. So anyway, the first talent I go with is Dark Regen. It's pretty much never going to change for PvP. It's an awesome heal with glyphed out Healthstone and everything. It's going to be the best heal you can get as fast as possible. The 30 talent, like I said, I switch this up all the time. Shadow Fury, Mortal Coil, or Howl of Terror. It just depends what kind of team you're fighting or what you like to use. Mortal Coil gives you a nice heal if you need that. I tend to go Shadow Fury though because it's nice, AoE you can put down anywhere and stun. For the 45 I go with Dark Bargain because I of course sack my pet because I'm Destro and I want to get the extra damage from Chaos Bolt and all those things. But if I was using a pet, I would use Sacrificial Pact. And then the next talent is the talent that they changed. So there's no more Blood Fear, which is good and bad, but it's good. I just gotta get used to fearing again. So you can either go with Blood Horror or Unbound Will for PvP, and I just switch between these depending on if I'm doing a BG or an arena against a certain type of team, because an Unbound Will is an extra trinket pretty much, and Blood Horror is it's kind of like a Priest Fear, except it activates by itself whenever anyone attacks you. So say two warriors are on you, it'll fear them for 4 seconds, but the fear doesn't DR with your fear, I don't think, because it's a horror, but it might DR with Mortal Coil, so I'm not sure. The next one, I go with Sacrifice, obviously, because I want more damage, and for Destro, other specs it would be better probably to go with the better pet and use the Observer to have the extra utility. And for the 90 I go with Cunning because obviously I like to cast and run, and I think it's awesome. And the other ones are okay. You can choose the Fury. The AoE damage is spread out larger, so you get more people, which is awesome. Or Vengeance, I don't really like it, but if you're into that, you can go for that. Alright, so the glyphs, I'm using the same glyphs as before, other than one glyph, because they changed how embers are. So I'm going with Conflagrate because you're going to want to slow them as much as you can without having to do your other things. Then Healthstone, so that I receive 100% more over time, which is used with Dark Regen because obviously it increases the heal over time. So then for the last talent, it's kind of up to you. I choose Glyph of Drain Life because it's just a new talent that I've wanted to try out. I'm going between Ember Tap and Drain Life, but the Drain Life increases your heal by 3k more. Right now I heal a 12k, almost 13k with this. Without the glyph I heal 9k. So it might be helpful, or you can switch this one for Siphon Life or Ember Tap. Ember Tap's okay, but it's another hot, and I don't really feel I need another heal over time. I just need an insta heal if I'm Ember Tapping. But that's just how I play. Okay, so now for the Destro rotation in PvP for what I use. A lot of you guys are asking, so I'm just going to show you what I do. I don't know if there's something I'm doing wrong. If there is, you can maybe let me know. Maybe I could do something better. But from what I found, this is the best that I could come up with, or I've been using. Alright, so the first thing, you want to get Curse of Elements, which increases all the damage by 5%, so that's pretty obvious that you want that. So anything you're going to be bursting on, you want to have that on, so put it just on any targets. Otherwise you would put Enfeeblement if you want to reduce their damage or cast time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is use Immolate, and that's just obviously extra damage. You always want to keep the hot up, or keep the dot up as much as you can. And one way to keep it up always without having to recast it is use Fell Flame. and Fell Flame's instant cast, and you see like it hits pretty hard sometimes when it crits, and it just resets the timer on Immolate. So you pretty much never have to cast Immolate again if you're watching your dots. So once you get up Immolate, you're gonna want to try to build embers then. So you can either incinerate, which obviously you want to do, but mainly you want to use your conflagrates first, so you get faster incinerates. See, the cast goes down by like 0.3, but you always want to keep your dot up, so like Fell Flame to keep it up, and then just incinerate to fill it. But then I also like to throw out random rain of fires, like a few, 1 or 2, however many, to just keep help building embers. And also you'll see it does a lot of damage actually if you just leave it on a target. Like it's like 3k ticks and then it crits for like 7. So yeah, I just immolate and just incinerate and conflagrate on cooldown. Just like anytime you have a conflagrate, use it. Fell Flame whenever your dot's going down, incinerate any other time. And then obviously when you're bursting, you wanna go for a cast bolt. So I always like to make sure my dot's up, and if you can, save a conflagrate because it will increase the speed of your cast bolt cast. So conflagrate, and then make sure that's up, and then you pop your cast bolt and all your cooldowns, and then you hit a 300k, and then you can like Havoc, and you could do 2. Let's see, the 14k ticks are because I sacked my pet. So that's just basically like the rotation I go with, and I feel like it's pretty useful. Obviously, like you're gonna be like fearing and doing other things like silencing, or depending on what you're doing, but a basic like DPS like burn down of what you're doing is just immolate, conflagrate on cooldown, incinerate, Fell Flame to keep up your dot, and cast bolt whenever you want to kill somebody. And obviously when they're below 20% health, you use Shadow Burn. Shadow Burn is like your execute, and it's like 30 million times better than execute because it hits like, sometimes I hit like 300Ks with it, so it's awesome. So make sure you use that when you can, and just keep building embers and throw out Rain of Fires to help burn embers whenever you get a chance. And see, you'll do very well if you use this. If you have any questions or you think there's something else I missed, maybe, I don't think I did. Obviously everything else is utility, like using Unending Resolve. It's like an aura mastery, so you can't be interrupted and stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys think that was good and it's what you wanted. I don't know, I guess this is what you guys are asking for. I hope it helped, and if you have any more questions, just let me know. I'm also going to be making a affliction kind of PvP rotation too, /guide type deal. So for those of you who wanted to see that stuff too, because I'm playing both specs right now because affliction's a little better, but a little better than it was. I mean, I think Destro is probably just as good still. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys